Hello, everyone. Okay, real talk. I have had the stomach flu all week, and it's making me feel so like what is real life, right? And then today I woke up and I was feeling a little bit better, not 100%, but I'm on here with you guys, thankfully. I did not want to miss this. But when I was making my notes, I was like, all right, we're gonna this is gonna be a little bit more loose, less master classy, more there's certain things that happened to me this week that I want to teach and let you guys in on because oh my gosh, I have so much. A really great journal. I don't even know if it's a prompt, but like it's a journal activity, but then also a new app that I downloaded that is so amazing that we need to incorporate. And then I saw a reel, or no, it was a TikTok about positivity and believing. That was the key word. And so I want to share that with you. So it was really funny when I was sitting down to make the notes. I was like, okay, what do they need from me today? Like, what do they need from me today? And I think instead of this week, for sure, let me know your feedback on this way of doing things. But I think instead of teaching you this week, I want you to like come into my world to see what have I been doing this week, or how am I staying positive? How am I staying, you know, in it? Because you know what happens when you get sick? You want to throw everything out the window. This specific sickness for me has me like disgusted with all food. So I've literally been just drinking water and keep drinking it slowly. But that's another story for another day. But that's like dealing with sickness. This instead is going to be keeping with our theme of self-love, but then also let's talk about what's actually happening right now and how you can move and take everything we're talking about today and bring that into your health and wellness journey. So I think this is going to be really fun. And sometimes some of my classes that are less master classy end up being my favorites. So let's start with what today is. Today, if you're watching this live or today replay, it's Friday the 13th, and tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Next week on the 17th, we've got the Lunar New Year. We've also got an eclipse. We've got so many things astrologically happening. I'm sure if you guys follow any of the astrology girlies online at all, they're talking about it nonstop. So there's just so many things happening energetically today. But where I wanted to start was that I've been seeing it everywhere between now and the eclipse, so today is the 13th, the eclipse is on the 17th. These next couple of days are so powerful for putting out there and manifesting. So what I did, and actually I got a brand new journal for 2026. It's so soft. It's like velvety. I got this from Target. They had a million of them. So your Target might have them if you're interested, but I love it. I love this type of journal. I have 3 of these. I just love the paper. I love that it's got its own little like bookmark. I love these notebooks. They're the perfect size. Where am I going? They're the perfect size in my opinion. So what I did is I was watching one of my favorite creators. Her handle on Instagram is May like the month. So MAY like the month. And she's so good. She talks about astrology, she talks about positivity, all that. So what she said is so good. And it's on her page right now because she just talked about it yesterday, I believe, which is when I did this journaling prompt, which I will read it to you in a second. But she basically says, this time is so powerful for calling in what you actually want your dream life to look like. And I know dream life, we throw that around a lot, but what would be your perfect scenario? What would be a great outcome for you? What would be in your different areas of your life, but for health and wellness and weight loss, what does that look like to you? What does it look like when everything feels really good? Right? And after she did this spiel, she even said, the universe is like a 5-year-old child. They don't know the difference between you declaring something and believing something versus what's actually true. Oh my gosh, I just looked at the timer and it was 444. So that's really cool. So when we're talking about the universe and God and everything, like, we can put out there, like, what do we want? Dream big or dream vague. Go for feeling. And I'll read you my passage in just a second because actually it's not even mine. She even said in her caption, she's like, I'm going to write in the caption what you can use to journal. She's like, I want you to journal. And this is actually what she wanted you to do. She wants you to journal, read it out loud, record it, and listen to it. I don't like, and this is going to sound so funny because I'm on YouTube and everything, but I don't like listening to myself and hearing myself and hearing myself recorded like that, like on a loop in my ear. I would rather someone else read it, or I would rather just read it from my journal. So that's what I've been doing. So I read this twice or three times yesterday, and I'm going to read it to you. This is her exact caption. I copied it verbatim, but I'm going to read it to you because I think it's so powerful. And let me just preface too, when someone says, what's your perfect life? What's your perfect scenario? I go so specific. And I'm like, I want this much of this. I want this to happen on this day. And I'm just like, then when I read her example, which I'm about to read, you'll realize it's not very specific. It's actually a little bit more broad. Therefore, better, in my opinion, because it's not making me feel like I'm white knuckle gripping it. Because what have we been talking about for the past month is like, stop white knuckle gripping it. So for me, when I put out there something a little bit more broad, it feels more doable. It feels like a feeling versus a specific, very specific outcome, right? So, okay, enough of me talking. This says, read aloud daily through the eclipse. So I'm fully stepping into my highest timeline. Money flows to me from multiple sources. Opportunities look for me at all hours of the day. The right people are drawn to me. Doors open before I even knock. I trust myself. I move boldly. I decide and reality rearranges. I'm disciplined. I follow through. I take aligned action every day and my results compound rapidly. Everything I focus on expands. Everything I put out there is successful. My nervous system is calm while my life levels up quickly because I am allowed. And that was the one thing she repeated. I am allowed. I give myself permission to win big. I'm already becoming who I once wished I could be, and this is only the beginning. It is happening. It is working. It is done. I alter the way society is operating through my ideas and my actions. There is no other reality that exists other than this one. This is my baseline. This is my standard. This is my identity. And I am more than allowed. And then what I did is I wrote a couple of things like, I'm allowed to have this. I'm allowed to have this. Like, I'm allowed to have calm. I'm allowed to have health for myself and my kids. I'm allowed to be happy. Like, so I kind of went on and took that I'm allowed and just like kind of branched out from it. And that felt really powerful to me. And sorry, guys, my voice is going. I don't know. I don't know anymore. After being sick so much, you're just like, I'm going to be sick for the rest of my life. Just kidding. But it kind of feels like that. After all, you're like, what does it feel like to feel normal? That's the stage of being sick I'm at since I was just sick in January. And now here we go again. So that is so powerful. But did you realize how not vague, but just more broad? Doors open before I even knock. I trust myself. Like, doesn't that feel like such a vibe? Because I feel like when we knock down all those things, everything underneath us, underneath that we're trying to accomplish, gets easier because we trust ourselves, because we're disciplined, because we follow through, because we take aligned action every day, and our results are compounding rapidly. That could work for like every area of our life, right? So this was copied from her, which she said we could do, which is amazing because I'm glad she gave an example because like I said, if there wasn't one, I would be like going very, very, very detailed, but this feels so much better. So I've been doing this. I've been reading it aloud. What I will do is if I can find her post, I'm going to link it in the description box of this live. So you can click on it and see it. Most of you guys have Instagram, so you should be able to grab it. But if we can journal and then we read it and we like I said earlier, let's circle back. Our brain and our mindset and the universal energies, God, angels, universe. It's like we tell it and then it will reflect back to us. So if we're going to tell it all those things I just read, and then it's going to reflect that back to us because it doesn't know the difference. The tricky part is getting your brain to recognize that as truth more than whatever's going on 3D. And the key to that is repetition. That's why reading it every day, 2 or 3 times a day, is key. So that was one thing. Then, where's my phone? There's a new app. There's a girl that I follow. Her name is Sarah. She is a manifestation girly online. She's like 23. She's a millionaire. She's amazing. She talks about manifestation. She created this dream life. She was an immigrant who started out with nothing, literally nothing. She's in her early 20s. She's so successful. She just launched an app. It's called Stella. It's this little purple one. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Where's my finger? There we go. Everything's backwards. It's like that one. So it's called Stella, and it is absolutely amazing. She just launched it last week. She's so hands-on with it that she's updating it like every single day. It's an app where you tell the app what you want to accomplish, what your dream life looks like. It will lead you through all these prompts, and it will create mind movies for you and affirmations and stories. So what does that mean? If you are trying to, I don't even know, lose weight. Let's talk about that. Where am I going? What am I doing? I told you my brain is not functioning today. So let's say we want to lose weight. We want to get to our goal weight. The mind movie for you would then be you waking up, making a healthy breakfast, doing all these things in your house, going and getting ready, putting on your favorite outfit, loving what you like in the mirror. Like it almost takes that perfect day exercise. If you guys have been here for that, I think that's in the course, right? And brings it to life. So then you can pick what inside the app, you can pick what voice reads it to you. It's so pretty. It's like gorgeous. And so then you have your homepage, you have your movies, and then you have your affirmations to read. And then you can either read the story or listen to it. They're all very short. They're like 3 minutes long, and there's a bunch of them. So all the different things you're trying to accomplish in your life, you can listen and flood it through your ears. But I will say, I was like, okay, I saw her, she launched it. So I was like, oh, let me download it. Let me see. I answered a couple of the questions. And then I'm like, okay, let me listen to my first movie. I was not prepared to cry, you guys. Like, it was actually insane. I was doing my makeup a couple of days ago and I like pushed play and I'm like, all right, let me just listen to it. I'm doing my makeup. And all of a sudden I like stopped dead in my tracks. And I'm like, oh my God, I just started crying. Like, because it was my dream. Like all of these things in this app are like my dream. So the good news is she is charging for it, but because she's doing so many updates, she just keeps extending the free trial. She just wants everybody to stay in until it's like perfect. And then she's going to, I guess, start charging. So I'm already on my second free trial. So you get 7 days for free. I encourage everyone that is watching this, I don't even care if it's in the future, to download that app if it's available. And I will link that also in the description box. I love the creator, but then this app is next level. Next level. And having someone else come up with the story, because it's one thing when you write your own story and then you read it back and you're like, yeah, I wrote that. But having someone else say it, I don't know. It was so freaking powerful. And on Instagram, her handle is Hot High Priestess. So she's so good. I love her. Yeah, and there's a free trial. So I would encourage everyone to grab that because it was so good. So let me see. Okay, good. We're 15 minutes in. All right. I don't know how long this is going to be because, like I said, it's just not a good day for me. But we're going to talk next about, I saw a TikTok about believing, and this was so, so, so powerful. So I wanted to take self-love to the next level. And with the journaling that we just talked about, with that app, if you do download it, it's so good. But with all of that, let's create this amazing self-love journey for February and really focus on taking our self-love to wherever it's at. It doesn't matter where you're at. If you're at a 1, a 2, or a 10, it doesn't matter. Let's amplify it just a little bit. We just want to amplify it a little bit because a little bit will become a little bit more and a little bit more. So you don't have to do any big jumps, which is great. But remember, Our belief system, it determines everything, everything. So if we are going into a weight loss journey specifically, and we don't actually believe that we can lose weight or that it can be enjoyable or that it can be something that's possible for us or that it can be something we can maintain, right off the bat, it's going to be harder, not impossible, but a lot harder for you to succeed. So that's why I'm so big on the mindset part, because you could have strategy all day long. You could have the perfect meal plan, the perfect weight loss plan, the perfect exercises. You could buy the equipment, you could buy the treadmill, you could buy the weights, buy the cute outfits. You could buy the dress in 3 sizes too small that you're like, "I'm going to fit into that one day." You can do all of that. But if you don't have the mindset to support your goal, it's going to really feel so difficult the whole time. And that's where a lot of the quitting starts, is when your mindset's not on board in the first place. So belief is what determines everything. But what this TikTok said, which I thought was so cool, which I don't think I've ever talked about it in this type of way before, but think about your day and think about the things in your day that are easy to believe. Like, let's say you're planning your dinner for tonight and you're like, yeah, I'm going to have tacos. I'm going to make taco salads or whatever. You believe that, and then you're going to execute it. All day long, you're believing, I'm going to have tacos for dinner. I'm going to have tacos for dinner. You might get to dinner time and your friend goes, oh my gosh, I'm in the area. I'm at this restaurant. Do you want to come and meet us? And you're like, oh yeah, sure. And then the taco meat stays in the fridge and then you make tacos tomorrow. But all day long, you're not like, I said I was going to make tacos, but am I going to make tacos or not? Like, is it going to happen or not? Like, what if I don't make tacos? This is not about tacos. But you know what I'm saying? Like, think about your weight loss journey. If you were to say, I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year, which is totally possible. It's February. So let's just make it easy. I'm going to lose 50 pounds in 2026. Done. I'm going to eat tacos for dinner. The difference is, for weight loss, we start the journey and then we're like, can I really do this? Whoa, this is really hard. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. This is not fun. I miss eating that food. I miss eating that food. I'm not allowed to do this. I have to do this. Mental games, right? But instead, if we would just buckle down and say, no, I'm doing this. And then if things ebb and flow and change, it's like, no, that's all part of the plan. But the thing is, everyday things end up being easy. And the easy things are the autopilot things. So look into your own day after we talk, or even while we're talking, jot some notes down. What parts of your day are on autopilot, but in a good way, where you're like, yeah, we're having tacos for dinner. And it just feels easy to believe that. Or, yeah, I'm going here after work. Or, I'm meeting so and so. We're going to the movies tomorrow. Like, doesn't that feel like you believe it? You put it out there, you believe it. So let's try to bridge the gap then with what's going on in your day already that you believe with, I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to get to my goal weight, or I'm going to get healthy. Whatever your actual, however you want to phrase the goal itself, how can we bridge the gap between the two? Because it's literally the same thing. You don't know right now if your dinner plans are going to change right now. It's 1:20 in the afternoon. So will my dinner plans change? They could. They might. But if right now I'm declaring this is what I'm making for dinner and I believe it, and then I push it out of my mind because it's not a big deal. So that's another thing too. We have to take the seriousness out of weight loss, because again, that's what makes it hard too. And you know, the crazy thing is, the big things are what gets convoluted. The big things like weight loss get really convoluted because you're like, I'm going to lose this weight. And then a day goes by and you're like, well, maybe I will. Maybe this year will be my year. Maybe, let's see, maybe. And then you're doubting yourself and you're like, well, someday I'm going to lose 50 pounds. Someday I'll be down 50 and watch out for me then, right? It's like we put that out there. And then it's like, well, I think I can do it. Do you think you can make tacos tonight? I think I will. I don't know. No, it's never that kind of energy around something mundane like making dinner. And then I'd like to, but I want to lose this weight, but I want to get healthy, but and then we talk ourselves out of it. You know what I mean? When in reality, it's the same thing as making dinner. It literally is the same kind of thing. Because even with let's talk about tacos, they're a great example. Even with tacos, there's a lot of steps. Even with weight loss, there's a lot of steps you got to do to get to where you want to be. You have to wake up every day and choose that you're going to be on this weight loss journey. That you're going to choose the right foods for you, the right portions for you, the right amount of water for you. You're going to get the steps in, you're going to do the workouts, you're going to get the sleep. You're going to keep the mindset focused on where you want to go versus hyperfixating on where you're at. You got to work at it. And tacos are very similar. I mean, not exactly the same. Doesn't take months to make tacos, but at the same time, you've got to cut up the vegetables, cut up the tomatoes, cut up the lettuce, get it the sour cream, shred the cheese. You got to cook the meat. You got to do the spices. You got to bake the shells or assemble the salad. Like it's not just it's not a one step thing, is what I mean. And the crazy thing is, we would never say these things about making dinner. Oh, maybe, or someday. But that's where believing is so important. We've got to double down on our belief that things are possible. And then, which is why I brought up the I'd like to, but because whatever comes after the but, that's what you got to let me know down in the comments. I'd like to lose this weight. I'd like to get healthy, or I'd like to maintain wherever you're at. I'd like to, but what comes after the but? Comment it down below when you're watching this, because that's really what we need to rework and rewire, because you need to believe that everything you desire is a possibility. If you can think it and you can desire it, it already exists. Therefore, it's a possibility for you. If other people have it, it could be yours too. If no one in this world has it, you could be the first one to have it. That's how cool belief systems are, right? And beliefs, like I said, let's circle back to the beginning of this little chat. Beliefs are what's going to literally make or break your goals every single time. So if you can take self-love to the next level for these next couple of days in this month, it's a short month, guys. We're already almost halfway through, which is wild. So yeah, we've got 15 days left only, right? Isn't there 28 days this month? So we're literally 2 weeks away from it being a new month again. So I told you this month is going to go fast. So in these next 2 weeks, here's what I would say. Beliefs. Look at your beliefs, but look at them from the lens of not how can I uncover my limiting beliefs so I can get this to work? That to me feels white knuckle grip. Instead, it's what's holding me back? What's holding me back right now? What am I saying that doesn't align with where I want to go? I'd like to get healthy. I'd like to lose weight, but what is that? What's there? Grab your journal and free write if you have time. I would highly recommend that, and see what is standing in the way, because we need to clear all of that out of here. And that's why I'm bringing this up now again, because between now and the eclipse, now and the Lunar New Year, this is the time to finish out all of that shedding energy from the snake from last year. So last year was the snake year 9. This year is a year 1. It is the fire horse, which means we need to leave behind anything that's not coming with us, because once the fire horse takes off, as you can imagine, a horse on fire, that thing is going, it's going. So I don't want to be chasing it. I don't want to actually be the horse running on fire, freaking out. I want to be riding the horse, and I want to be going, and using that momentum for what I want. So look at your beliefs for sure. What are the things standing in your way in an effort to get them out of here? And whatever you uncover, comment down below from this video, because I want to keep talking about it, and I will help coach you down below. And then we can even talk about this next time also and see what comes up. And then do the journaling. Perfect day. Copy what I wrote. That's fine too, because that's what May wrote. And I will post her or link her post down below. I'm pretty sure I can find it. But that was so good. And watch it too. It's short, but then she talks about the journaling and it's so good. We need to impress into our brain the perfect story, but also simultaneously, let's work on the beliefs that are standing in our way from that story being true for us. Because we want to believe the dream story. And the more we impress it into our brain, the more our brain will believe it. But if we have these beliefs in the way, they're going to contradict and it's going to be a mess. So let's do both at the same time and comment it all down below. Let me know. And then also the Stella app. So good. So good. And then you can have the positivity from that. And you guys have to let me know if you cry too. If you download that app and you listen to their first movie, let me know if you cry because I feel like so many people are. And actually, people were commenting on her page and they were like, oh my God, I cried. And I was like, okay. And then I didn't even think anything of it. And then I listened to it and I pushed play. I'm like, bawling. I'm like, this is amazing. So, something that powerful, that quickly, I have to share with you guys. So, I think that's going to be it for me today because it's been a day. It has been a day. But let me know down in the comments. Um, let me know everything that we talked about today. What are your limiting beliefs? What are you trying to call in? What are your goals? What's standing in your way? And if you do download the Stella app, you have to let me know if you cried because I need to know I was not alone. But I know this one was a little bit shorter, but I hope it was still impactful and powerful. We will not be chatting until the Lunar New Year and the eclipse happen and the new year. Like, guys, this is so exciting. So just get ready for some new energy to come in. A lot of things are happening astrologically. I'm not an expert on that. I'm just following what everyone else says. And it's wild, especially if you're a mutable sign, Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces. One more. I forget what the last one is. But this is the energy. Like, so if you're feeling really fatigued, if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling sick, like we're purging all of this snake energy. And we're going to be jumping full into the Lunar New Year fire horse. And I'm so excited for that. So I'll see you guys next week. If anything changes, I did want to do a live next week for the Lunar New Year. So actually, I'm just reminding myself of that now. I will let you know. I will make a post in the community here. So in Mirror Mastery, so you'll be able to see when we're going live. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for what's to come. I'm so excited for this new energy. Bring it on. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. And like I said, comment it all down below and I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye, guys.